Ever gotten up in the middle of the night to grab some water and felt like something was watching you from the dark? What if I told you there are 5 creatures that don't just watch, they wait for that exact moment? Today, we're talking about 5 creatures that watch you from the darkness. Shadow people are souls that haven't incarnated yet, or people who messed up badly in life and got stuck here wandering around. They watch you from the dark, jealous of your life, lost in this place, trapped in a state of madness and violence. Legend says these spirits are the ones staring at you when you get up at night to grab some water or go to the bathroom. There are countless reports of people running into these entities. So when you wake up in the middle of the night and feel like something's watching you, well, that might not be just a feeling. What they love the most is draining your vitality and, if they can, dragging you into their world, which, according to the old folks, is the purgatory. The legend says they're demons in the shape of children, or demons wearing children's bodies. No one really knows which is worse. What people say is that they either crawl into a child's body or manifest as one to get close to humans. I mean, who in their right mind says no to a child asking for help, right? They do this to tempt you into doing the wrong thing, wreck your life, or straight up get you killed. There are tons of stories about them on Reddit, in forums, and old Facebook groups. One woman, I won't mention her name, said that on a random morning her doorbell wouldn't stop ringing. She went to check, opened the door, and saw a little blonde girl, skin pale as paper and eyes completely black, with a twisted, almost sadistic expression, but speaking in a soft, friendly voice. The kid kept asking to come in and use the phone, saying she needed to call her parents. Terrified, the woman slammed the door and immediately looked through the peephole. The girl was gone. No footsteps, no shadow, nothing. If you ever run into a black-eyed child, don't try to be a hero. Just come up with some lame excuse and get out of there. Before we go on, remember that here on Dark Files we dive into everything creepy and disturbing. Creatures, urban legends, true crime, and all that stuff that keeps you up at night. If you're into this kind of content, hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, drop a like, and tell me in the comments if you've ever had a supernatural experience or that feeling of being watched in the dark. Now let's move on to the next creature. In third place, we have a creature that shouldn't exist. It's known simply as the rake. Witnesses always describe the same thing. A body way too skinny to be human, pale grayish skin, completely hairless, with arms and legs stretched out like someone pulled them until the joints almost snapped. When it moves, it doesn't look like a person walking. It looks like a sick animal crawling on all fours, like a giant dog with no fur, but with an almost human face. The eyes are the worst part. Big, bulging eyes that catch any bit of light like a cat's eyes on a pitch-black road. A lot of people say they woke up in the middle of the night with that feeling of being watched, looked toward the foot of the bed, and saw that thing crouched there, completely still, staring. It doesn't talk, it doesn't breathe loud. It just looks at you like it's deciding what to do with you. Some stories say it spends weeks, even months, hanging around the same house. First, just a quick glimpse at the window, then down the hallway, until it finally climbs onto your bed and gets so close to your face that you can smell the rot in its breath. The legend says that once you see the rake, you never really sleep peacefully again, because it's not the kind of creature that shows up by accident. It chooses you, and once it does, it knows where you live, who lives with you, and exactly when you're at your weakest in the dark. In second place, we've got a presence that millions of people swear they've seen. They call him the Hat Man. He's not a monster full of teeth or a deformed creature. He's way too simple. A completely black silhouette, tall, taller than any normal man, wearing a long coat and a wide-brimmed hat. No face, no eyes, no mouth. Just an empty darkness staring back at you. Most people see the Hat Man during sleep paralysis. You wake up in the middle of the night, your mind's awake, but your body won't move. Your chest feels heavy, your breath catches in your throat, and that's when you realize you're not alone in the room. In the darkest corner, near the door or the wardrobe, he's there, standing, perfectly still, like someone painted him on the wall. Tall, thin, with the hat covering half his head. Some say he only watches in silence. Others swear they can feel such intense hatred coming off that shadow that their whole body starts shaking, even though they're completely paralyzed. The creepiest part is that people all over the world describe the exact same man, with the same hat, in the same position, without ever having met each other. Some believe he's just a side effect of sleep paralysis. Others say he's some kind of visitor that uses that moment, when your body is shut down but your mind is still awake, to cross over to our side. And there's one more detail. In the first visit, he just stays in the corner. The second time, he stands closer to the bed. By the third, you see him right next to your face, leaning over you like he's finally satisfied that you noticed him. In first place, we have Karazi, the king of shadows. He lives in the darkness. He loves watching humans, loves watching you sleep. One of his greatest pleasures is running his hands over you while you're completely defenseless in bed. At first glance, Karazi looks like nothing more than a little boy, around 6 years old. But the longer you look, the less human he seems. The skin on his face is too smooth, like someone coated his mouth with wax. Where lips should be, there's just stretched flesh, no opening, no teeth, nothing. A face that looks like a mask put on wrong. His eyes are two shining black pits, with no iris at all, reflecting every tiny bit of light in the room like animal eyes on the side of the road, but with zero emotion behind them. His fingers are long and thin, ending in crooked claws like a child's nails that were left to grow way too long and then sharpened against the bedroom wall while you slept. The body is small and skinny, but he bends in ways that shouldn't be possible. Joints cracking, spine like rubber, twisting himself to fit into spaces where not even a cat would pass. Behind a bookshelf, inside a drawer, squeezed between the bed and the wall. If you saw him standing in the hallway out of the corner of your eye, you might think he's just a lost kid. But if you have the courage to stare for more than 3 seconds, you realize there's nothing in him that belongs to this world. His favorite victims are children and teenagers. Karazi's presence brings nightmares, nausea, that constant feeling that someone's watching you. But relax, don't freak out just yet. Karazi usually doesn't walk into bedrooms without an invitation. He stays around the house searching for dark places to hide. He doesn't enter your room unless he feels invited, and getting up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom or drink water for him sounds exactly like an invitation. Karazi is a violent entity, so be very careful. Oh, and one more thing. He only shows up to people who know he exists. And now that you've heard about him, well, maybe tonight you should sleep with the lights on.